James Helder, IFL TV, in association with MTK Global. With me I've got Danny Cassius. Connor, good firstly to catch up with you, Dan. It's been a little while since we had the pleasure of getting you on the channel. What's been happening in the world of Cassius, Connor?
Just the same usually, really, mate. Just working and doing what I'm doing. But I've got a big fight lined up with Maxi Hughes. I'm fighting him on November the 25th. We've got to go up to Doncaster for that one, which I'm looking forward to. Like in the cauldron of hate, which is in Doncaster apparently. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. Buzzing for the next fight.
You've been out for a little while and you've been trying to catch some of these big fights and get yourself in the mix a little bit. Was this a perfect opportunity at the right time for you, Dan?
Listen, I'll tell you what it is, yeah. I had like 8 months out, like I said, because I got married and I had to go back to work for a little bit, and then I met Darren Edwards. He's from AG Edwards and Son Demolition, and he's took me on, sponsored me. He looks right after me, mate. To be honest, he's a proper top fella, and I've been able to get back in the gym now, which is what I wanted. I boxed before at 70 kilo, 71 kilo, but I weren't really bothered about getting the weight down for that because it was a 6 round. It was just a ticking over fight, you know, against forget who it was now, but he did, you know, he came to have a go, but my class showed through that fight, so it got me through. But then yeah, like obviously I'm just buzzing for this one now. Since the Boylan fight, I've been a bit lost. You know what I mean? Like no one's really wanted to take a chance, and I was just baiting Steffi Ball on Twitter all the time, winding him up because he's got a few fighters in the lightweight division that are like doing good. That Lee Appleyardi's English champion. He's got Robbie Barrett, who's British champion, obviously. And I thought I'll have a go. You know what I mean, I'd love to get the fight against any of them guys. But he said no, like you're not fighting these guys. So then he said to me, "What about Maxi Hughes?" It was like it's almost like someone's coming to bully the little brothers of the stable, so they've got their big brother out to bash him up. Do you know what I mean? So they've paired me up with Maxi Hughes, who's obviously been there, done it. He's had a few good fights with Martin Ward. Got beat by Cardles, who's only lost to the top guys. So once I beat him, that's going to put me in good stead, and hopefully I can push on for a British or something.
Real gutsy fighting going to Doncaster to take on Maxi Hughes. As you mentioned, he's challenged for the British title a couple of times.
Yeah.
He's had a draw with Martin Ward as well.
That's right.
One of the nastiest headbutts I've ever seen.
Yeah. Your call, wasn't it?
At your call, yeah.
But if you had a fit, listen, I don't care about all that. I want to fight good fighters. Do you know what I mean? I want to fight good guys. I want to get back on telly, whether it be with Matchroom or Sports Network, or Sports Network, it's Frank Warren, you know, it's whoever it is. I want to get back on. I want to get back on the box on the big shows, and this is my chance to get back there now. This is it. There's no way I'm going to lose this fight. Trust me, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do a job, and people are going to see that I'm serious about this. I'm working with Greg Marriott now as well, who's, if anyone don't know, it's Kelbrook, Luke Campbell, Billy Joe's nutritionist, and mate, honestly, I've only been camp a week and a half, but everything's going great, everything's going to plan. So I'm buzzing for this fight. And you know what? Honestly, I just want to say that it wouldn't surprise me if Max Hughes pulls out of this fight before the night. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. I think that I think Steffi Ball sort of took the fight because he thinks I want to shut this little prick up. Do you know what I mean? But I think now, like they'll realise as the fight gets closer, they're going to realise that they've made a big mistake. Trust me, and I can see it pull out. I hope he proves me wrong though. I hope he comes and fights like a man, but I can't see it.
A lot of boxing been going on at the moment. We saw at the weekend Joseph Parker retaining his WBO world title against Hughie Fury. Some people say it was controversial. Other people had how they scored it. What were your thoughts on the fight?
Do you know what? I wanted Fury to win. Obviously, everyone over here wanted Fury to win, but how I saw it was, I watched it with no sound. I was at work, so I watched it like through. You know what I'm saying? So what I thought really was that neither of them did enough to win. Like I thought that Hughie, I thought he boxed well and he made it awkward for him. But he just didn't come back with enough. Like he was catching him with like some good right uppercuts every now and again, and he was pecking with the jab. It weren't one of them ramrod jabs. It's like boom, 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 and he weren't catching. He weren't catching him enough. Like he weren't throwing enough to sort of catch him. It was like he'd move off and sort of just swipe the jab or just touch it. Like, and I think that lost him a few rounds. I think I can't remember. Was it Peter? His dad's Peter, ain't it? I see afterwards. His dad said, you know, he was happy with the way that he boxed, which you can't, he boxed really well. But there was certain stuff that he weren't happy with, like he weren't throwing enough shots. And to be quite honest, I thought that is what let him down in the fight, because he's making him miss. He done wicked, didn't he? Making him miss. Joseph Parker never landed a shot on him. But and then you look on the other side, Joseph Parker pushed ahead. He came forward and he threw loads of shots. He didn't hit him. He weren't really catching him till the later sort of rounds. But it was neither of them really implemented their game plan. Huey made him miss loads but didn't counter. Parker pushed him back loads but didn't land. So I think, to be quite honest, a draw would have been a fair result. If it had been a draw, it would have been a fair result. But I just don't think either of them implemented their game plan. But Huey's gonna come back from that 1,000,000%, and he's gonna definitely be a world champion one day, 100%. He's even more awkward than Tyson, isn't he? To be honest, but you could just see it was that little bit of experience. For me, I might be wrong. Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one, but for me, just that little bit of experience let him down because he just didn't throw enough. But who knows? Like I said, everyone's got their opinion on it. So if they felt that he won on the night, then that's it. But that's just my opinion on it.
What do you say to Mick Hennessy's comments that certain fighters have made a career out of boxing defensively and getting the win? Why was it different in the circumstances of Huey Fury?
Well, they all throw a lot more shots. Like look at Pernell Whitaker, moves out of the way, slip, pop, pop, pop. But Huey would move, slip, and then sort of move off, peck a jab, like throw one of them jabs that were just touching the guard. Like it weren't a big jab, bam, like thudding home. Like Floyd Mayweather, look at Floyd, like he'd make you miss and then go bang, 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 catch you with 2 or 3 shots. There's so many fighters out there, that they're slippery to make you miss. But the key thing is that they make you pay, and that's just what, for me, Huey just didn't do enough of. Gutted as well, because obviously he's co-managed by like MTK, and obviously I'm an MTK boy, and all the boys was cheering for him, and I really wanted him to win, mate. I put a few quid on him, but I just, like I said, I just didn't think he'd done enough on the night to win the fight. But then again, neither did Parker, and that 180 and 110 is just an absolute joke, mate. That is an absolute joke. That's terrible judging, but it should have been a draw for me anyway, and they should have been able to do it again, and hopefully they can do it again, but we'll see.
With that scorecard, that 118, 110 scorecard, do you think it came down to what the judges liked in them close rounds? How would you have scored that?
But that, if it came down to it, there's no way they can get to that scorecard. Obviously, you can't score for ineffective aggression. You see what I'm saying? And that is what effectively they've done. They've gone out and just, we'll give him point. We'll give him that round because he threw more, but he didn't land. Boxing's about landing shots. If anything, boxing's a noble art of self-defense. So, if anything, Fury should have got them rounds. If it's about defending yourself, then he won them rounds, didn't he? Because he defended himself, and he did catch Parker with some banging right uppercuts, some backhand uppercuts. But like I said, I just don't think he was busy enough. But like I said, he'll be back. But one of them things, isn't it? It's boxing for you.
What would you like to see happen with Parker? Would you like to see him try to unify the division? Would you like to see a rematch with
There's no way he's going to unify
it.
There's no way he's going to unify the division unless you're, I think he's good against them guys that are like stand up, like he's good against all them Eastern European type guys because they've got no head movement, they're not slippery, they just stand bolt upright in front of you, like high guard. And Joseph Parker, you can see he had fast hands, so I think that against them guys, he always bangs them guys out. He knocked out Dimitrenko, didn't he, or someone like that. Can't remember who it was, but against them guys, he's effective and he's brilliant. But anyone with a little bit of movement is always going to give him trouble. Dillian would smash holes in him. Dillian would smash holes in Joseph Parker. And I'm pretty sure that if Huey fights him again, which hopefully can be made, Huey would do the exact same to him. But I'm telling you, that they will run a mile from that fight because he didn't land. Do you know what I mean? He weren't landing. Like, he was hitting everything on the guard. Like, the few shots that he did land, Huey soaked him up and took him no problem at all. Like, so I think Joseph Parker, for him to win that title, he needs to be matched up with the right sort of people. But I didn't really see nothing outstanding about him, to be honest. It's a bit. It just sort of shows how bad the heavyweight division has been in the last few years. Do you know what I mean? Apart from Tyson Fury, there's no one really that's been outstanding. You know, or obviously Klitschko, but Tyson beat the man who was the man. So apart from them two, like Wilder's not like great, is he? He's a banger, and his boxing skills have picked up a lot. But I think, you know, them guys at the bottom, Parker and Deontay Wilder are a little bit lower down the pecking order, and I think that obviously AJ's the governor out of them two, and Tyson. Let's just hope Tyson makes a comeback. Do you know what I mean? And shuts everyone up.
Thoughts on Deontay Wilder taking on Luis Ortiz?
It depends what shape Luis Ortiz comes in. If he's
is it now or never for Ortiz? Being like 56.
Nah, yeah, I know, yeah. However his passport says, but he, I think as long as he comes in and puts on a good performance and show, you know, because he sort of blows hot and cold, doesn't he, Ortiz? You know, everyone was raving about him a couple of years ago, but now he's sort of like gone a bit off the mark, off the boil. But I think that if he comes in and puts in a good performance, you know, goes and makes a fight of it, and stands in front of Wilder, you know, makes him miss and makes him pay, I think he could win the fight. But again, it all depends on what shape Ortiz comes in, and if he's fat and lazy like a lot of these Cuban fighters do get, like look at Mike Perez a few years ago. Like, he's obviously changed his way round now, and he looks like fucking a Greek god, mate. It looks like he's carved out of a statue, doesn't he? Carved out of stone. But if Ortiz comes in and he's in good shape, then he can beat Wilder all day long.
Interesting, you mentioned Mike Perez. He's in action in the World Boxing Super Series on Saturday in Latvia, taking on Marius Bradis, which is quite an interesting fight. How do you see that, and what chances do you give Perez being?
Who was it? Bradis fought over here before. Was it Simon Vallily?
It was Simon Vallily, yeah.
Yeah. See, Bradis obviously is a good fighter, but that fight went some rounds as well, didn't it? Did it go 5 or 6 rounds?
It did, yeah.
I can't remember how many rounds the fight went, but I think, if no disrespect to Vallily, because Simon's a good fighter, but I think that Mike Perez is just a few levels above Simon Vallily. But I think that Mike Perez can beat Bradis. I think obviously he's a good fighter and he's definitely starting the favourite. But I think if Perez goes out there again and does what he wants to do, rather than standing off and letting Bradis do what he does, and especially in Latvia, mate, he's going to have to go out and proper do a job out there. He's going to have to look good. But the shape he's in, mate, you know, you could see him pulling it off.
It's interesting. The winner of that fight will fight Dorticus, obviously.
Yeah, he looked good, didn't he?
Brutal knockout of Korobashov, however you pronounce his name.
I think Kudryashov or something.
Good pronunciation, Dan. Kudryashov.
But I thought I didn't really know a lot about that Dorticus. Like, I don't feel like he looked from the highlights and I'd seen of him. He looked beatable, but he went out there and done a proper job with him, didn't he? You know, he was frightening power. But the winner of that, I think, like I said, I'd like Perez to get through against Bradis, but it's so good that this cruiserweight edition of the WSB, the fucking whatever it is, but it's the bollocks, isn't it? The cruiserweight edition of it. But I think every fight's like 50-55. But I think Dorticus has got to be like the favourite. After that, he looks like the full package. To be honest, he looks like he's got the skills and the power to go with it. So
interesting stuff. Let's not forget to talk a little bit about Luke Campbell's brave defeat to Jorge Linares in LA on Saturday. Did you watch the fight? To give us your opinion.
I did watch the fight. I thought Campbell did really good. I thought he started showing his true potential, because let's not forget, he's a gold medalist. He's an Olympian. He's been there and done it as an amateur, and as a pro, he's sort of not shone like everyone would expected him to. But I feel like now he's got with George Rubio, and he's got with someone that complements his style, because that's what it's all about, ain't it? It's all about complementing that style with your trainer. And I think that Rubio, where he's been wrapped around the Cubans for years and he's been a part of their national team, I think he complements Campbell as a trainer. And obviously you see Campbell did really well. Like, apart from that knockdown, if he hadn't got knocked down, I think that it could have been a draw. Maybe he could have even edged it, to be honest. But I think that, again, he's only gonna get better from that defeat. Only gonna get better. Only gonna push on. And obviously, the last couple of days, it's all come to light what's happened with his dad. So, you know, obviously he's probably gone in there. His head's probably not right. So you know, you can always think about that as well. So, but Luke Campbell did really good, and he will come back from that again. He's got the best team behind him, like a great team behind him. So, see what happens.
All right, well, look, Danny Cassius, it's great to get you on the channel. We do appreciate it. Just plug your fight and tickets where people can get tickets for you.
Listen,
watching this video.
I'm fighting in Doncaster. Obviously, I've done a few tickets already, but anyone from down here who wants to make the trip, it'd be much appreciated. We're going to make a night of it. But anyone from Doncaster, if you want to buy the tickets, your tickets from the winner of this fight, yeah, and the star of the show, let me know. Team CC, we're coming. We're coming to Doncaster. London's calling, baby. We're coming.
Cheers, Dan.
Cheers, mate.